Hello guys, welcome to Loputra YouTube channel. Myself Feena Melita. Our today's topic is women after post-independence, and some of the rights and also some acts and sessions have to be included in this session. So, when we came to the post-independent in India, most of the changes have been noticed in the empowerment and encouragement of the women. So, when we came through when we go through the pre-independent India, we saw a lot of suppressions and weaker sections in the women empowerment. And also after post-independence, the Indian constitution provides a lot of changes to the women who are prevailing in a weaker section, and also they are suffering from a very pathetic situation. So the government of India and also the constitutional makers will provide a lot of changes to the women after the post-independent era. So some of the acts and also some of the rights have to be included in this session. So our Indian constitution and the Indian constitutional makers provide a lot of changes towards this. So when we include this, after gaining the independence from Britons, the constitution and the makers and the national leaders saw that Indian women are facing a lot of problems, and they are suffering from lot of things, depressions and suppressions from the male dominance. So the constitution provides equality towards this. The constitution made a pillar to the women for the suppression against the men, and also suppression and weaker sections of the society. So the concept of equality has been arised from here. So some of the acts are included in this session, that is, the Indian women rose against these cruelties of the men. They opposed the polygamy and also sought right to divorce, and also the marital rape and also domestic violences. They have a voice to raise against it. So on amount of this, some of these acts and also social legislations were enacted to improve these conditions. So one of these acts are included in this session. So these acts are Hindu Marriage Act 1955 is one of the most important act. So 1955 Hindu Marriage Act deals with the rights and duties, and also the power and rights over the Hindu married women. So these are included in this Hindu Marriage Act 1955. So Hindu Succession Act 1956, which made provisions for equal rights of daughters in over the properties. So these are deals in the Hindu Succession Act of 1956. Next is the Hindu Adoption and Maintenance Act. So Hindu Adoption and Maintenance Act is what? Yes, it is mainly for adoption of children and also the maintenance for the women after the divorce and all. So these are deals with Hindu Adoption and Maintenance Act 1956. So next one is the Minority and Guardianship Act in 1956. So Minorities and Guardianship Act is only provided for the guardianship of the mother over a daughter or mother over a son. It is provided under this Minority and Guardianship Act in 1956. So next act is basically Hindu Adoption and Guardianship Act in 1956. So there is a little bit difference between the Minority and Guardianship Act and also Hindu Adoption and Guardianship Act, because Hindu Adoption and Guardianship Act is for widow women. So a widow woman is entitled to get a child or a daughter. She can adopt it. She can adopt a child whether he is a son or a daughter, whether according to her own choices. So Dowry Prohibition Act in 1961 is one of the most important act that is provided. So Dowry Prohibition Act, it is mainly for, we all know that in Indian culture we gift some money or any other things to the newly wedded brides as a gift. but it is will be considered as a dowry in the past days. So the Dowry Prohibition Act, which will be came in 1961, and so many changes have been included from the arrival of this act. So it is one of the most important act in the new era. So part 3 of the constitution, when we came to constitution, part 3 of the constitution, which would deal with the bearable rights over the women, and also the rights and duties that are acceptable in the new era. It is based on constitution. So constitution provides a lot of rights, certain rights, and also more rights to the women. So Hindu married women's right to separate residence and maintenance act 1946, which is passed. So it is also a sort of good act for the maintenance to the widow, maintenance to the divorced wife. So it is also one of the most important thing. Then next is the rights over women after post-independent era. So rights, so the Indian Constitution attempt to provide a lot of rights by the Constitution of India. So Constitution provides a lot of things for the women. So one of the most important article is Article 14. So Article 14 deals with the right to equality. So what is right to equality? Yes, equality in the sense no discriminations on the basis of class, creed, sex, and also place of birth. Anything should not have to be judged. So this is the most important and relevant article provided by the Constitution of our India, Article 14. Don't forget it. Then next is the Article 15 clause 1. So Article 15 clause 1, which deals with no discrimination on the basis of the employment opportunities. So this is the most important thing that is deals with Article 16. Then Article 42, it is one of the important article, that is Maternity and Benefit Act. So Maternity and Benefit Act is always for the child and also the mother who is in a pregnant situation, and also after pregnancy, post pregnancy, some weeks and months have to be taken as a rest time. So these will be considered under this Article 42, that is Maternity and Benefit Act. So Article 243D of the Constitution also deals with the election of municipalities, and also the election in the panchayats will be reserved for the seats for the women. So it is also mentioned in the Article 243D of the Constitution. So these all about it. So thank you for watching.